Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to start calling them the Dallas Robbers because they just keep stealing points. It is Sunday, December 7th. The Stars have just won another game in overtime against the Pittsburgh Penguins this time. That's a 10-point game streak. It is marvelous down here in Hockey Town in Dallas, Texas. We're having a good time. Welcome to Clean Sheet of Ice, a Texas hockey podcast brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang over here, Zang responsibly all season long. And shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI when you sign up. Play your first $5 and get $75 in bonus entries using our promo code CSOI. I am your host, Stone Strankman, joined always by Dom Garcia. How we doing, bud?
Stone, the Dallas Stars, they are being sued for breach of contract by the Dallas Mavericks.
Sure.
But I think they're going to get another lawsuit, and that is theft. And they are stealing points from half the league at this point. I mean, wins in the win column. It's just absurd. And on that topic, we've said this all year. There's been a few great games, but we've yet to see the best Dallas Stars. And 45 points at this point of the season is just, it's a steal. And they're stealing left and right from these NHL teams.
Like, me and you were both very high on this team heading into the season. We're like, look, this is a Western Conference final team. They could win the division first or second, like depending on what happens in the regular season with Winnipeg and Colorado. One of those teams could be Minnesota, could even sneak in. Yeah. But they're going to be around 100 points. They're going to be in the playoff conversation. They're going to be in the second round. They're probably going to be in the Western Conference Finals because it just keeps happening. Brother, you said 45 points. It's December 7th. You just do that again in the second half, you're going to be at 110, 112 points by the end of the season. Easy, like kind of easy. This is insane. They're 25-5 through 30 games. We have 11 more games to get to the halfway point. Who's to say what happens in those 11 games? But you could, if they just go on a run, 22 points. Do the math there. It's a lot of points. I'm not doing the math, but that's a lot of points.
I mean, Colorado has definitely played their best stride, but that's the difference. Is like we're right there with them, and we can't say that. Like we've had a game or two where we put it together for 3 periods, but like when we have a week where we're doing that, like just we are unbelievable. And also got the best jerseys in hockey, not for nothing.
Yeah. Someone yelled at me on TikTok for not calling it a sweater. Sorry. Think it goes both ways. Not Canadian either, or European. So I'm going to call it a jersey. I know it's a sweater. I know I can call it both ways. I always just call it a jersey. So continue to yell. But yes, best jerseys in the game. Tonight, Sunday, we had Kenny in the building. Kenny, member of Apollo Media, he was in the building shooting some photography stuff. So you're going to see some more stuff on Clean Sheet of Ice on social medias from all of his shots from the game, on the thumbnails on our YouTube at Clean Sheet of Ice. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We've got some new things moving to groove. We got a social guy. We got a camera guy. We got 3 podcasters, 2 journalists in here. Like this is a real team. We got something moving and grooving with Clean Sheet of Ice.
No, it's and I think it was Friday, maybe our 1-year mark. Like it's just, and we're only growing onward and upward. Like it's been a great start, and we're in that right direction. We're hitting our stride, man.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on Friday with the episode that came out on Friday with Savannah, that it was been around a year. You had gave us a heads up, and then Saturday was the 1 year, and December 6th was our first episode of Clean Sheet of Ice. We talked about Tyler Shagan going on LTIR, what they could do with the money, kind of talked a little bit about names and brought up some NHL points and talked about Four Nations. We brought it all up on our very first episode just over a year ago. So for everyone that's tuned in since then, or even if you just started tuning in this month, thank you for joining in on the Clean Sheet of Ice journey. We're just 2 Texas hockey fans that want to talk about Texas hockey and bring some joy to some Texas hockey fans. So we appreciate it. We know we've seen the subscribers, we've seen the views, we've seen the likes, we see the comments, we see it all on social media. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for continuing to tune in. Tell all your Texas hockey fans and your family, your friends, all that kind of stuff to keep coming back to us, because it's a lot of fun and we enjoy it and we want to keep doing it for lots and lots of seasons to go. So this is year 2. It's been a year, and we're having a lot of fun, but not as much fun as what we had in the shootout. I don't know if we had fun, actually. I don't know if I had much fun tonight. I was terrified the entire time because Pittsburgh's a really good team. I knew they were going to be a really good team. It's Sidney Crosby. That IQ it's osmosis to those guys, and you can tell that everyone in the building for the Pittsburgh Penguins has the same, not the same hockey IQ, but they have more tendencies that they pick up from that guy. Him and Letang and Carlson, like, teams are just good. Malkin and Jari just stood on his head. So it was a tough first 3 periods. To be honest, the first 60 minutes, real hard, real tough, but it was fun. What'd you get from the first period, Dom?
Buddy, both teams in the first period, if we're going by the shot counters, had 7 shots on goal. Like,
a little bit of a slog.
Otter brought his game tonight. Jury, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Stars, but if I'm a Pens fan, I feel so sick for not, holding up our end of the bargain, because, man, did he play all-star level goaltending right there. And, Dallas, we're getting Duchesne back his first minutes. A lot of kind of mixing and matching, and just the turnovers, man. The turnovers tonight were just not very Dallas Stars like hockey. It felt every once in a while you have those stinkers, and other teams, when they have a stinker, it looks like a 5-1, 6-1 game. With the Dallas Stars, like a stinker is like a 0-2 or an 0-1 game. And yeah, it just was a rough kind of, we'll give you the puck, we'll take the puck back, we'll give it to you, we'll take it back. Really good hits in the first period, but yeah, like just a really, really odd kind of Pittsburgh, Dallas first period.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slog. Like, both teams were kind of feeling it out a little bit. Dallas looked a little bit more sluggish, a little bit more lackadaisical, maybe is the word. And it showed later in that period, 18-18 into the period, Connor Dewar. And it wasn't a lazy or a lackadaisical play. It was another one of those weird defensive recovery plays that they didn't get the recovery. So it goes through the blue line, or it's at the red line, basically, and you look like you're able to play the puck. Pittsburgh kind of knocks it forward, and it goes into the walls, into the boards, into the offensive zone for them. They get it on the boards. The Stars have 2 guys there to go capture the puck, and somehow the puck goes backwards directly into Duar's one-timer slot, and he just hammered it home. And Jake obviously had a shot, and like, if he was in the right position, he just didn't get the puck, and it is what it is. Like, that's a slap shot that's probably 90 miles an hour. That's a tough one. I'm not going to blame Jake on that. Like, one-on-one with the goaltender with a slap shot from the point perfectly into his slot, I'm not going to be mad about that. I'm just mad that they gave up a goal in a period where you felt like no one deserved to have a goal. Pittsburgh got it. You're down 1-0, but we're also like, it's okay. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? This team scores 2 in the third period, and we tie it and we go to OT. Foreshadowing.
And, to Pittsburgh's credit, like, if you're going to play the Dallas Stars, just keep them off the power play. Like, and they did a great job. I think if we had 1 or 2, I can't remember, but it was really low numbers on the power play.
Yeah, we had 1 power play today.
Yeah. And once they got that lead, Pittsburgh, in that second period specifically, we get that tie, but like, towards the end, like, they're just sitting on the puck, and it was frustrating for Dallas forwards.
Yeah, and then you get to the second period, and 1.5 minutes into the period, Jamie Benn, on the second opportunity of a one-timer from cross crease pass, like, it had just happened the possession before. They go right back down the ice. They do the exact same thing. It's 2-on-1. Jamie gets the slap shot one-timer into the net from Rope and Jason Robertson. So Rope's up to 17 assists. Robo's up to 20 assists. Jamie's 4 goals now on the season. He's got 9 points in his last 11 games. That's phenomenal from a guy that had a collapsed lung and was a little bit older, and we saw a little bit of a stepped loss last year. He's been great. Ties the game, and then Novak comes in and tips it. Another one on Otter. Just, there's a lot of traffic in the net. Letang shot a rocket, and it got tipped at the exact point where it needed to be. And it's another goal, and you're down 2-1 just 4 minutes after you had just tied it. And you're like, okay, that's annoying, but it's 2-1. What's the worst that could happen? They score a goal in the third period, and we go to OT? I don't know. It's probably the worst that could happen.
And speaking on that Jamie part, like, his production has been unreal. And then when you added to the fact that, yeah, he had a collapsed lung. Like, I was talking to my dad, and he was watching maybe a game last week, and he didn't know that, like, that even happened. He's like, "Man, if you didn't tell me that, like, I would have thought he's just a normal veteran playing and really doing well distributing the puck." Jamie, he has been excellent. There's been so many guys, like, the stars on our team have played unbelievable, but, like, you know, I texted you this the other day, like, Casey Smith has the second best save percentage in hockey right now. Like,
Mhm.
there've been so many guys, Ritzkovian, Ben, like, been so many guys step up and play above what we're asking them to play, and now that above level is their raised bar of expectation. And, in a game like this, you're going to need those type of moments, because shout out to the crowd, because in that overtime period, they brought some juice.
Yeah.
And the way this game was playing, that's really hard to do, because there's a lot of turnovers. You can get really quiet quick, but the crowd kept them in it. And the Stars just did what they did and just continue to hit that grindstone and keep going.
Yeah, and I thought a fun thing from tonight's game is that Jamie Benn started on the line with Rope and Robo. Robo's a left winger. You're not going to take him off the left wing. They put Jamie on the right wing, which is his offhand, but it sets up those one-timer opportunities on the rush. If you go 2-on-1 and Jamie's on the right side, he's got a left shot. It's a really easy opportunity if you can get the puck past the defender or the goaltender to have a one-timer opportunity. And Jamie Benn's not just like, it's not Mikko Rantanen, it's not Leon Draisaitl, it's not those kinds of one-timers, but still a really good shot for 35, 36 years old, whatever he is. And just that's not his game. He's the grind. He's in the muck. He's up in the crease. He's doing all kinds of dirty work. This isn't necessarily his game, but he has a good enough shot to where goalie felt comfortable putting him on the right side and having those opportunities for a one-timer. If Rope can get into the offensive zone quickly like he does and just fly through it and get past the defender, he sends that puck over pretty easily. He did it twice, 2 in a row, like within a 30, 45-second span. The second one ends up with a goal. Obviously, Novak gets the tip, and then you go to the third period, and that was a long third period because Pittsburgh, It was park the bus. If you ever played FIFA and you got like a 2-0 lead on your buddy and you just hit that button all the way down, you're going parking the bus. You're taking all the defenders back. You're not getting offside. You're not doing anything. That's what Sidney Crosby and the Penguins were doing. It was every time the puck got into the zone, they were able to flip it right back out into the defensive zone. You go retrieve the puck and you try it again, or they'll stop you at the blue line, retrieve the puck, do it again. It just was over and over and over again until the boys went 6-on-5 after a little timeout on the ice. They had an offensive zone draw. They went 6-on-5, empty net. Jake's out of the net. They controlled it there for, I don't know how long. Was it 45 seconds? A minute almost? Like it was a long time that they controlled it in that zone without letting Pittsburgh really get a good handle on the puck to either try an empty netter or ice the puck or anything like that. They kept it in the zone. They got multiple good shots. They had Mikko at the point, Miro at the point. Miro Heiskanen just said, screw it. I'll do it myself. I'll just do it myself. I'll be the hero. Miro the hero. Scores the goal, ties the game 2-2, 18-11. You still have a little over a minute and a half left, and you got to park the bus or find a way to get that goal. So they put the pressure on them. They get that tie game, and you go to overtime. So another point stolen by the Dallas Stars. Shocker. Who could have seen this coming? A team that's had points in 10 games and out of, I think, 22 out of 24 now. I could be wrong on the math there. It's been a long weekend, but that's a lot of points and a lot of games that they just keep getting points in.
Yeah, it's dumb at this point how, like, a 1-goal lead is not safe when you're playing the Dallas Stars. And no, man, the way they broke down that Pittsburgh defense, just continuing to pass. Mikko and Wyatt, like, I think with Wyatt, what I've learned from watching them every night now is that Wyatt's the best at knowing Mikko's going to make an unreal pass, and it's going to be an unorthodox pass too. It's not going to be like the technical pass. It's going to be the one that a coach would be like, you can't make that pass. But it's Mikko Rantanen. He can make any pass.
Yeah.
And so the opportunities like that Wyatt's getting is because he now has played with him enough that I know Mikko's going to do some crazy shit, and I'm going to be ready for it. And in that last stretch, like, just continuing to find the best opportunity and not feeling any pressure at all, like down a goal, like Miro just from downtown, man. Like, you love to see it. The slow-mo replay, his stick almost breaks. Like, that's how much bend there was in that shot. And once that goal goes in, AAC goes crazy. And it's like, dude, we're not leaving tonight without 2 points. Like, that was the feeling. Even though overtime was crazy, and you have said this before, when we win the draw, there's no way you should be turning over the puck. You have to at least get a good shot, and we did it again, but hey, who am I to bitch? We have 20 wins on December 7th. I just keep doing your thing.
Overtime was a mess. Because I always turn my phone over face down whenever we get late in games, if it's a tie game or it's a close game and they're trying to get that empty netter and they're on the road or I'm not in the stadium. Like, obviously I wasn't at AAC tonight, so turn my phone over because like real ESPN, NHL, the Dallas Stars app, like everyone just starts sending notifications like when things happen. My phone started buzzing like a fucking maniac in the overtime period with like 3.5 minutes left. And I'm sitting there, I was like, oh God, here it comes. Because we had the puck. And I was like, either we just scored or we shot it one time and then on the opposite rush, which is always what's happening, what goalie mentions all the time in his press conferences. It wasn't that. It was the media slack. They were determining who they were going to talk to in the post-game pressers. But thank God it was that, because I turned it over at like a commercial break. I was like, oh, I was freaking out about nothing. This is fine. Okay. But you get through overtime. It was a panic city both ways. Like, there were shots and there was goal opportunities on both ends. Jason Robertson had one that he just lifted right over the net in that overtime period over Jari. Wide open net if he just has it a little bit lower or a little bit different trajectory. It's in the net. Game's over. In overtime, you don't have to worry about it. You move on to the shutout or the shootout. Robo goes, doesn't score. Shocking development. Brian Russ goes, doesn't score. It's Otter in a shootout. I trust Otter. Next one, Matt Duchene goes. So welcome back, Matt Duchene. Lifted off of LTIR this morning, along with Nils Lundqvist. They're back. The boys are back off of LTIR. We're getting healthy. It's getting fun. Matt Duchene misses. It is what it is. First game back. Not going to be mad. Not going to bitch. Not going to do anything like that. Sidney Crosby goes, and I'm like, all right, this is a goal. It's automatic. Like, I just believe in Sidney Crosby more than I believe in a lot of people in this game. Sidney Crosby, miss. You're like, okay, who are we rolling out next? Oh, Mikko Rantanen. What do you mean, who are we rolling out next? Mikko Rantanen comes out, and it just, one of the fastest shots in hockey that's never talked about. It's a great shot every single time, especially in a shootout. You can see how fast that puck goes. It's incredible. Mikko gets the goal. Chris Letang misses on the next one. Shootout win. Steal 2 points again. 3-2. Dallas Stars win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. 10-game point streak for the boys.
I mean, this, like, especially in a shootout situation, having Jason Robertson and Mikko Rantanen in your group, it's like having Verlander and Garrett Cole in the same pitching staff. Yeah. It's like, oh, thank God I got past Garrett Cole. Oh, tomorrow and I got to face Justin Verlander. Jesus Christ!
And the next day you got to go against Hall of Famer Zach Greinke.
It's like absurd. Like, we took for granted like those times as Astros fans.
That was fun.
But yeah, like Otter. It's so fun when Otter's talking shit because he doesn't say a word. He just flares that glove a little bit extra than you normally should. We saw it last year in the playoffs. I saw it tonight.
He does the toss too. He tosses the puck to whatever zone they want to do the face-off in afterwards. That's the best.
Yeah, like when he's on his game, dude, it's a pleasure to watch. And Pittsburgh, you said this before we started recording, like they've had a great stretch of like 5 or 6 games to start December. They're a really good team. I know their record is, not where they want it to be, but to get a win over, like they're so disappointed tonight because if they would have gotten that win over Dallas, they're feeling red hot. And we just continue to be the bearer of bad news because when you come to Dallas, you better play a full 3 periods, and even if you do that, the score's tied. Like that's how.
Then you got to play a full overtime, and then if you don't do that, then you got to play a full shootout too. you gotta beat them somewhere. It's hard.
It's been unspoken how fit this team is because they're playing games like this and still winning.
Yeah, and you could tell that they're getting tired and they needed some boys back. So Getting Dutchy back, getting Niels back is a huge thing for the guys, and they're starting to get a little bit more healthy. It looks like Thomas Harley might be making a comeback as well this week. hopefully, potentially. They were very optimistic about him the other day at Morning Skate on Friday. So, I mean, if you can get Harley back and you got Harley, Nils, like Koliachanak and Petro and Capo, one of those guys can go get some rest for a game, and then you just kind of filter those guys out. And then you just start building up Harley, Nils a little bit back. And then if Dutchy can get going, take over that Sagan role that we saw in the first how many ever games without Dutchy, the 26 games without Dutchy, I can't remember. Like if he can get his feet back under him and start scoring some goals and get some chemistry with some new guys, because there's no Sagan, there's no Marchman anymore. That's a shitty thing for Dutchy to come back into, is like, hey, my line mates are both gone now. Like I don't have Sagan. Like I know I didn't have Mush this year, but now I don't have Sagan again. So we saw last year he does it. He's a chameleon. He'll go anywhere. He'll be good. So speaking of Dutchy, we did it. We hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for everyone that subscribed to enter this giveaway. Obviously, that didn't enter you into the giveaway. You had to tune into Monday's episode last week, or maybe it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday's episode last week. And he had to comment Dutchy's last call, which is on this hat by Victoria E. Green. Gonna get you one of the Tori. I gotta pick up the hat. So if you're listening, let me know when I can pick up the hat. Gotta pick up this hat. Because we're giving it away right now. We hit 100 subscribers. We had a bunch of entries on our YouTube video last week. Handful of people commented. I'm spinning the wheel now. Someone's gonna win this Dutchy last call hat from Victoria E. Green. It was almost your brother, Dom, but it is not. It is Danny Jane 1787. Danny Jane 1787. You were the comment that won this hat. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting on our last episode. Thank you for continually tuning in. We had people coming from Spotify and Apple that say they don't watch us on YouTube, but they heard it on the episode and they had to come in and get that entry in. So thank you for doing that. We will be doing more giveaways. We'll do at least one every month, and come playoff time, maybe we do one every series. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got more stuff coming. We'll do another giveaway this month at some point. Maybe a Christmas giveaway. Who's to say? But Danny Jane 1787, thank you for entering. You've won the Dutchy hat. Congratulations. Make sure to DM us on Twitter, Instagram, wherever, at Clean Sheet Advice or at Apollo Stoney. You can hit us up. Let us know if you live in Dallas. We'll come drop it off to you. If you don't, then we'll ship it to you. Not a big deal. We'll get it to you anyway. Danny Jane 1787. Congrats. Thanks for everyone that tuned in, everyone that commented. Again, we'll do some more giveaways this year. It's going to be fun.
Thank you to everyone that's subscribing, because I mean, off air, all of us at work on this podcast, we're blown away with how fast it's been growing. And we hit 100, and it wasn't even that long ago. We're already climbing to 200. Like before you know it, we'll be there. And there's definitely were some moments that we were like, man, like we're going to change some things, and it might be scary, but it hasn't been scary in the lightest. You guys have followed with us from our switch to our giant channel to our personal channel. And we thank you for that, because all of you have been listening, and it's been fun to interact with you guys.
Yeah, it's been a blast. And you know what else has been a blast, Dom? Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. I've just been winning money left and right. I can't help it. I just keep winning money on the NHL season. Also the NFL season. I've been kind of hammering down some picks over the last 3 weeks. Been doing really good. It's NFL season, so it's in full swing. You get the big hits. You got the big runs. You got the big catches. You got all that kind of stuff. But with hockey, you got big goals. You got big saves. Like Otter, if you hit the higher than on saves with Otter tonight, you hit. Not a big deal. You pair that up with probably Jason Robertson shots on goal, because he's never going to stop shooting. He just won't do it. He can't stop shooting. You pair those two together with another one, and I would choose Sidney Crosby, because Sidney Crosby is one of the GOATs. Like, pair that with a stat from Sidney. You can win up to 5,000 times your money with Underdog Fantasy using our promo code CSOY. Play your first $5 using our promo code CSOY and score $75 in bonus entries. It's not a big deal. So if you're playing $5, you give them $5 to play. Like, you could win money on those $5. They're going to give you $75 right back into your account on Underdog Fantasy with bonus entries. That's promo code CSOY when you sign up. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 and older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get turns _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In the New York, call the 24/7 HOPEline at 1-877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. That's Underdog Fantasy using promo code CSOY when you sign up. Play your first $5, get $75 in bonus entries. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Go win some money with Underdog using promo code CSOI. Dom, we got the big news. We got Dutchie. We got Nils back. We might be getting Harley back. You know who else we might be getting back pretty soon?
Let's see. You've already crossed Harley, Dutchie.
You're not going to get it. It's the Empty Netters, boys.
Oh!
Talking to them tomorrow. We're going to find a date. We're going to get Empty Netters back on the pod. We're going to do fake trades with the LTIR money from Sagan. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk jerseys, stars. We're going to see when they're coming to Dallas. We got to figure that out.
Absolutely.
We're going to get them some of these hats. Tori wants to give those some away. So we're going to give some of these hats to the Empty Netters boys, and we're going to get them to Dallas, and we're getting them in on the pod. We're going to do some fake trades. I don't know when it's going to happen, but Empty Netters will be making an appearance again on Clean Sheet Advice. So big news there.
Big news. Our very first guest and one of our favorites. And if you're a fan of us, you'll definitely be a fan of them if you didn't tune into the first one. Unreal energy, and just like us, they love the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, they do. And at least 7 other people do love the Dallas Stars because we have 7 top fans on Spotify. Like 7 people that we were their most listened podcast last year on their Spotify Wrapped. 7 people. That's a big deal to us. Like we're
Absolutely.
a brand new podcast, and there's 7 people that tuned into us. Pretty much had to have been every episode to tune in and be a top fan of us. So if you are on Spotify Wrapped and you have a screenshot of us somewhere in your rankings, we'd love to see it. Hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, tag us at Clean Sheet of Ice, and we'd love to see that with Spotify Wrapped. I'm an Apple guy, so I don't have a Spotify Wrapped, but I have Apple Replay, but I don't have anything for the podcast. So I couldn't tell you who's my top podcast. It's Bill Simmons. It's always Bill Simmons. It will always be Bill Simmons. I can't help it. But on to the next. We got Stars, Sharks on Friday night. Another win, obviously, 4-1. We were at the Apollo Christmas party. I was playing wiffle ball. Office ball is what we call it. And you were tuning in. I was like, hey, you just let me know if anything happens. Obviously, we both saw the Jason Robertson goal, power play goal in the first period. We're like, all right, not bad. We both saw the goal from Colin Graff in the second period that just snuck through a bunch of traffic, and Otter never really saw it. And then the third period, I started driving home from Houston and missed the entirety of the third period. So, Dom, if you could, tell us your big points from the third period on Friday night, because I didn't even listen to it. Victory Plus wasn't working. ESPN didn't want to work. I had nothing working, so I listened to something else. That's hand up. That's on me. Bad journalism. Bad media guy.
Brother, you missed one hell of a Stars third period too. Like it was like when there's those times where like Mikko can just use his body and frame unlike anybody else and just create a great opportunity. And we finally saw Steele. Like Steele's been so good at creating opportunities for others, but we finally saw him get a chance to get that goal and get going. Really what happened though was San Jose just could not handle the forecheck of Dallas. They could not handle the hits. And it was like a big brother moment for San Jose, who's a young team. And I like the talent on that roster, but they were playing with the big dogs, and the big dogs showed it. And the confidence in passing in that third period from Rantanen to Steele, Wyatt had some moments. I mean, it was just pure domination in that, like, we didn't see it last year, but this year we've seen spurts of when you're up, you step on somebody's throat. And that's been such a change from going from DeBoer to goalie. And that's what we saw. So I don't, maybe every now and then, you take a third period off and the Stars are going to score like 4 goals. I don't know, but it was electric in that third period.
Yeah, it was awesome to see Sam score one, Sam Steele, because we've been saying it. It feels like there's a lid on the goal. Like it's not just the goalie in there. There's a full-on lid. There's a plastic lid. The puck is not going through. He's having all these opportunities from Mikko and Wyatt, and he's giving these opportunities on a silver platter, and he's not converting on them, which is frustrating as a fan, but it's extra frustrating as a player because he knows he should be scoring those, and he knows that he's letting some guys down, like he's letting some apples go. And like Mikko's one of the top assist guys in the league. I think he's third in the league in assists, maybe second. He could have 10 more if Sam Steele had just scored half of these goals. So good to see Sam get on the board there. That's a blessing to have him on the board, because we know once he starts to get a few, it's not going to be a flurry like Robo, but he'll be more consistent. He'll get more goals. And then Mikko getting on the goal sheet. We love seeing Mikko on the goal sheet. Been begging for it a little bit more. He's been scoring a little bit more recently. get Wyatt and Koliachonok on the assist there. And then Miro Heiskanen, an empty netter. We got an empty netter for once.
Finally.
So that's fun. That's good stuff. It's been a while since we had an empty netter. So shout out to the empty netters, but we got an empty netter this time. That was good. That was a good Friday. I came home at like 12:20 roughly. I got into the house, got into bed about 12:30. I just watched all the highlights for 20 minutes till I fell asleep. That's all I did.
Yeah. So you and me both know all of these games that Dallas Stars winning, they're really close games, they're really high contested games. It was such a breath of fresh air to go home being like, man, Dallas finally got an easy one. I mean, the last easy one, like the last one where it was just a drumming was maybe Edmonton. Like, so it was a great feeling, and the crowd was rocking just like it was towards the end of tonight as well. So you keep that energy flowing, and the boys need it, man. Like Miro Heiskanen has just been playing a marathon this year. Like he has been playing so much, and hasn't wavered one bit, dude.
No.
Like he's been great.
Yeah, he's in that Norris conversation. You start seeing those graphics for the quarter season awards and everything, which we didn't do quarter season awards. I think it's a little too late. We'll do mid-season awards, and then we'll do 3/4 seasons awards. We'll do that. But you see him in the Norris graphics and stuff. It's like it's Kale, Schaefer's kind of sneaking in there, but it's like Werenski. It's all these guys that are up there. But Miro's kind of like sitting at 3 or 4 for most everyone, like NHL.com or The Athletic or whoever's putting them out. Miro's always on the list, and he's near the top of it, which is where we know he should be and where he could be last season if he not got hurt, if he had been scoring a little bit more, been more aggressive, whatever it is. He's doing all the things that we were kind of asking of him last year, and now he's doing it at like an elite level and aggressive level and a lot of times. So putting him with Esa Lindell, which they had never played together before, like on the same line. They just never had before this season. Very, very little is what they had mentioned in training camp and everything. Goalie was like, y'all are just going together. Just do it. Lindell, offensive powerhouse. I know he's been scoring goals and assists and all this kind of stuff, but he's the more responsible one now in the group. Miro's now allowed to go take charge and go in and do stuff where Miro had been playing with John Klingberg for years. Like he wasn't allowed to go do that. Like Klinger was the guy doing that. So Miro had to be the responsible one, stay back, and he's still scoring goals. He was still putting up assists. So it's good to see Miro being aggressive and taking charge and all that kind of stuff and getting the recognition for it in the Norris watch.
Yeah, I think it was Chris Pronger was like, dude, if it wasn't for Cale Makar, like we know how good Miro is. It's like, I can't see a world where he doesn't win that award at some point in his career. That would be absurd because he's too talented not to. And this year, we're finally seeing that offensive slide that we knew we could get. It just took the right timing, the right situation, and that situation is this season.
Yeah, he's unreal. How many goals did he have? Does he have 4 goals now? 5 goals? It's not like a ton, but it's 6 goals. 6 goals and 20 assists. So 26 points in 30 games. Like if he's on this pace, we're looking at close to a 75, 80 point season. Like if he just starts going on a tear, like we could see 80 points out of Miro this year. If he just starts scoring a little bit more goals, that's all it is. If he scores a little bit more, obviously the point total is going to go crazy because he's going to get his assists because he's playing with Mikko fucking Rantanen and Jason fucking Robertson and Rope fucking Hintz and like the list goes on and on. Wyatt fucking Johnson. Like he's playing with all these guys and he's going to get assists because he's a cerebral hockey player and he knows to just be in the right position. They're going to do all the dirty work for you. But if he starts scoring a little bit more, which he can do, it's just, and he's putting shots on net too. It's not like he's not being aggressor and not shooting the puck or anything like we saw last year. He's doing all of that. So the pucks will go in. He'll get the apples. He's looking at 70 plus points this year, which crazy. Is what we were asking. Like it was like, can you get 73? Can you get 75? That just makes our lives so much easier.
And like we knew he could do it, but now that we're here and he's in position to actually do it, you're like, whew.
And then just imagine Harley coming back this week.
Oh, brother.
If we can get him into the 50, 55, 60 point range, like obviously Harley has 1 in 9 right now. So he has 10 points. Obviously he's only played 18 games. So he's missed the last 12. I mean, if we can get him to 50, 55, 60 from 2 defensemen,
And those 18 games, like, only Harley would know, but he did like, we all believe that there was something going on. Like, he was gutting through it. So, a healthy Harley? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, because he was sick for 2 weeks, and then he got hurt for 2 weeks, and then stopped playing.
Yeah.
So, like, the first full month of the season, he just wasn't himself.
Right.
Well, hopefully, he's coming back and he's himself.
No, it's this team, man, like, we're so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. Do we have any when's her next game, you know? Is it Winnipeg?
Yeah, it's Winnipeg on Tuesday.
Huh. Should do a happy hour for that one. Maybe we'll do a happy hour on Tuesday. I'll let you know tomorrow. We'll get that on the YouTube schedule. If it's tomorrow or Wednesday, we will be doing a happy hour one of those two games, or Thursday, sorry. Probably Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday happy hour. I'm just going to call it, if it's me, that's great. If it's me and Dom, that's great. If it's me and Savannah, that's great. Or if it's just me, we'll do it. Happy hour on Tuesday. Announcement. Happy hour Tuesday. Clean Sheet Advice YouTube live stream. Hang out an hour before puck drop, so 6 p.m. Grab a drink, hang out with us, get ready for the game. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about hats. We'll talk about merch. We'll talk about the jerseys. We'll talk about whatever anyone wants to talk about in the chat on YouTube Live. Clean Sheet Advice. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to Danny. You won one of these hats. Hit us up. Don't forget, hit us up. You want a hat. If you don't hit me up within a week, I have to do the wheel again and give it to somebody else. I can't help you. I just can't help you if that's what the case is. So hit us up in one of the DMs. It doesn't matter whose DM. It doesn't matter. Clean Sheet Advice, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, me, same thing. It doesn't matter. Just hit us up. Claim your hat, or even comment on this episode. I don't care. Just do something. Claim it, please. I want to give this hat away. So that's it for Clean Sheet Advice. Dom, you got any last words before we get out of here?
Man, brother, we got to keep rolling. We got to keep things going. And hey, this is not hockey related, but the Dallas Mavericks, they're looking a little bit closer to that team I thought they could be. And we're going to see what happens on that trade deadline. But I saw some juice out of the Mavericks side of the AAC.
They might be good. I don't know. I can't tell. Cooper Flag's good. That's what I do know.
They're going to do that thing. So Stone is also, for those who don't know, is a Dolphins fan. And the Dolphins will do this thing with him where they'll make him believe and then just disappoint him like absurd. And I caught on with this Mississippi State ride this season.
I told you what was going to happen.
It was fun to start, and then I was miserable at the end because I really believed in this team.
Yeah.
But the one team you don't have to worry about with is the Dallas Stars. Best team in Texas.
It's crazy how we both went from like an 8-year Astros run into what this is year 4 technically of this run, but you could call it like year 6 because they went to the finals in 2020. Like, it just feels so secure with these teams.
Yeah, it does.
That's all it is. Like, I turn on the game and I'm just happy, and if they lose, I'm not upset. That's how good this team is.
It's at the point where if I'm like, we should like take a loss at some point. At some point, we should lose, and I'll be okay with it. But we're just continuing to get these points, man.
I stockpile as many as you can before this Olympic break and before the trade deadline, because it's going to get crazy. We're going to do LTIR trades and stuff with Empty Netters later. I don't know what week, I don't know what day, but we will announce it. We will let you know when Empty Netters is hopping on. But we'll be back on Wednesday with another episode. We'll be back on Tuesday, tomorrow, with a happy hour before the Winnipeg game. It's a Central Division opponent. No Connor Hellebuck, so hopefully another point. Traditionally not very good in Winnipeg, but we got one win there already. So should be fun. Happy hour on Tuesday, 6 p.m. New episode out on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. It's been Clean Sheet Advice. Shout out to our sponsors, Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix. We love Zing Zang over here. Zang responsibly all season long. And shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI. Play your first $5, get $75 in bonus entries using our promo code CSOI. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Would love to meet you all at the games. If y'all are going to games, let me know. Just tweet at me, whatever. I'll meet up with someone in the concourse. Or I'll meet someone before the game. I don't care. Let's hang out. It's the Texas hockey community. Let's make it a little bit better and a little bit bigger. So enjoy it. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button on Clean Sheet Advice on YouTube or wherever you get podcast platforms. We love you guys, and we'll be back very, very soon with another episode of Clean Sheet Advice, Texas Hockey Podcast.